What happened, Gohan? What happened? What happened to this badass? We are talking Dragon Ball Z Resurrection of F, or aka Frieza. Now, I got to watch this film, and I got to say it was okay. It was fine. I honestly don't know why this would be a film. Well, I kind of do understand why this would be a film. It would be probably better in the TV series, so we could stretch it out and we can get more weight to this film. In all honesty, I kind of got bored with some of this. I mean, I was just like, this is when you go into a Dragon Ball Z film, there's a few that really just fucking drives the story. That really, hey, everybody, hey, calm down before you hit that dislike button. Calm down. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get quite enjoyment out of this film. I mean, it does everything that it caters to the audience, what everybody's been looking for. That's transformations. I think people are looking for transformations, right? That's pretty much power-ups, fighting, lots of great animation on the fighting. You see all the characters. You see older characters. I mean, you got everybody in here. You see Master Roshi get down. However, I feel like this film there was no weight to it. There was no stakes to it. And there was a certain aspect in here that something happens, right? And everybody goes, oh shit. There's your weight, there's your stakes, there's your conflict, there's everything you want, right? But honestly, I was not worried. I was not worried for any of these characters, other than Frieza, I guess, because come on, Frieza. I mean, it was kind of a joke, man. How they kind of Frieza. You think he would be this badass, after transforming, after training, but in all honesty, guys, he's still nowhere in the fucking level of Goku or Vegeta. He gets quite a few shots on them, but I mean, if Vegeta and Goku were the fucking team up, they would fuck up Frieza. But in this movie, we don't get that. Of course, we're not going to get that. It's Vegeta. You're not going to get a fusion. I'm sorry. The interesting aspect was the transformations of Goku and Vegeta, because a lot of people, spoilers are out there, and there'll be spoilers right now, I guess. I think everybody knows about this. The new transformation, the blue hair, what does that mean? Now, when Goku in the Battle of the Gods, when he went red, he went like Kaioken. He was much skinnier, and he was like a god. He was fighting against Beerus. That's God mode. What this transformation with the blue hair is a fusion of Super Saiyan and God mode. So it's a mixture of that. It's a fusion. It's a fusion, basically. It's a new transformation, so to speak. It's the Saiyans God mode type transformation. And this transformation is very, very powerful. The question, watching this, I was thinking for some reason a death battle of Superman. And I was just like, why the fuck are we, we love Goku and we want to see him win against Superman. If there's no disrespect to the Superman fans. But in all honesty, I'm watching this, I'm like, why the fuck are we putting Goku against Superman? Why are we not putting Beerus or Wiz against Superman? Because these two are I don't even know how fucking powerful they are. They're just so powerful. I mean, this is the god of destruction. So, why not we have that battle go on? What's the limit there? Is there a limit? I don't have no clue. But overall, this film. So basically, we do get some. He's just a babysitter. Piccolo gets his dues. He gets his fight in. But in all honesty, Frieza's henchmen, all his fucking army. If you don't know what this movie is about, it's basically about Frieza is in hell. He gets called upon with the Dragon Balls once again. Pilaf and his crew makes an appearance. They're the ones that gather it before, so nobody could recognize their energy or sense their energy. Because we see Zorbit is the commander of one of Frieza's ranks or divisions, and he wants to revive Frieza. Don't know why he wants to revive Frieza. He just wants to revive him. They're not buddies. They're not pals. He's just on Frieza's nuts. So they revive Frieza, and get all, remember Trunks sliced that ass up. He sliced him up. They put him in this fucking, like, this thing where they could make him complete, basically. Make him like the old Frieza. And that's exactly what happens. The old Frieza comes in and starts fucking shit up, Their humor in this film was great, especially when Frieza, because Frieza and Barris, like, Frieza knows about Barris and knows about Majin Buu. So the interaction between Frieza and Barris was hysterical. Barris himself is such a dick. He's such an asshole, but all he wants to do is eat. So he's such a dick. That's all I'm saying. He's a powerful motherfucker, but he's a dick. You got comedic moments. Oh man, Krillin's so lucky to have Android 18. So lucky. Just saying. Master Roshi, that was just a big surprise. That was actually a smile on my face. I was like, oh my god, them fighting Frieza's army, thousands and thousands of people, and then we meet a new dude who is like a galaxy police officer. His name's Jocko, but they call him Taco. Them fighting Frieza's minions, so to speak. I just saw minions. It was just... They put that in there just to fucking lengthen this film. Like, give something for these fucking characters to do. But it's a fucking waste. Like, in a snap of the finger, Goku and Vegeta would have dealt with that. The problem I have with this film was, what the fuck, Gohan? Come on. I know you're not trying to kill anybody, but you should be more powerful than that. Especially when you're confronting Frieza. You should be better than that. I hate the way they do Gohan. I know it's bitching. Everybody has, a lot of people have the same, feelings towards this. Like, Gohan should have been the one to fucking carry the name of, the Saiyans after Goku and Vegeta will be gone. Who's going to take over? I guess the grandchildren. Yes, Pan. Trunks. We don't see Trunks in here. We don't see Goten, which was actually fine. That was actually fine for the film. We do, like I said, we see Krillin, Tien, no Yamcha. Was it Yamcha? No Yamcha. So, Piccolo, of course. If I had to categorize this film in the ending fight, I gotta say, like I said, the animation and the fighting were beautifully done. Sometimes you can see that animation CGI or that animation type, try to mix it with the drawing style of animation of anime, but you could just totally tell. Felt like this was a sparring match, man. I didn't feel anything towards it. This wasn't a big event. Even when, I was pretty excited for this film. I was like, okay, they could do a lot with it. But some of the things I've been hearing about, that's why I wasn't covering it too much. It's like, fuck, this might be another just kind of a filler type Dragon Ball Z film to me. And that's what it was to me. Honestly, it felt like a sparring match. It never felt like a championship battle. Never felt like a championship fight. And it's not going to feel like that when you fucking bring in Frieza and, Goku and Vegeta are just fucking sparring with him. They're making fun of him. They're fucking saying, oh, my turn, this and that. There's no weight to it. There's definitely no weight to that first battle with Goku and Frieza, when all stakes were high. All the stakes were high. That's when we get your first transformation to Super Saiyan. Even Vegeta's character, fucking crying and saying, fuck, man, this guy killed my planet. This guy killed everybody that I love. I've been a fucking slave. That is weight. That is story. Even you could do that for a film. So I guess it's a little bit of a rant. I mean, I'm not saying this is a terrible movie. It's an entertaining movie. However, how many Dragon Ball Z movies are we into this? And, a lot of hype was into this because Frieza was coming back. He has this new transformation called Golden Frieza, which is powerful. It's beast, but it's nowhere fucking near. It's a sad story to know that it's nowhere near Vegeta or Goku. Sure, he gets a couple of hits in, but come on, guys. I mean, he still had fucking Vegeta who's going to fuck his shit up. So I'm very disappointed in the fact that this didn't really kind of live up to the hype. A lot of people were hyping about it. And it's fucking disappointing because they could do it. They could do it. Bardock, father of Goku, kind of everywhere. However, still had some weight to it. Still think that was one of the awesome movies of Dragon Ball Z. And then you had History of Trunks. History of Trunks, fucking great movie. You learn Trunks' backstory. You learn how everybody died. I mean, that story was just like, it was the emotional core, especially with Gohan, his master Gohan. Of course, there's problems with that as well. However, those two films had at least something, like something pulling you in, right? Something you cared about. With Dragon Ball ZF, it was really not, you knew exactly what was going to happen, and it happened. You knew that, Goku and Vegeta were going to save the day. It did. And if they weren't going to save the day, something was going to fucking happen because it's Dragon Ball Z. The good guys will always win. I want to see a fucking movie that brings back the Saiyan planet. Bring back the Saiyan planet, and these guys ain't good guys. The Saiyans were not good guys. They were assholes. They were assholes, man, and they conquered planets. Bring back the Saiyan planet, and let me see the conflict in that son of a bitch. Let me see the turmoil in Vegeta and Goku. Let me see Vegeta becoming the Prince of Saiyans. Getting offered that position, even though he has Bulma and Trunks. I want to see that film. I don't want to see Cell resurrected. I don't want to see the old villains come back if you're not going to fucking take them seriously. That's the problem I had with this film. But like I said, the comedy works. The action was great. When it goes down, the transformations were cool. I did like the mixture of God mode and Super Saiyan mode. Having their own identity, so to speak. The comedy with Beerus and Whis is pretty good. But when you really dig into it, the problem with this film is the story. The problem of this is the emotional weight to it. The problem of this is that you think their stakes are high, but in all honesty, it's a fucking sparring match. There is no championship belt to be, had. It's a fucking sparring match. And that's it. That's it, guys. I mean, it could come off ranty. I don't expect you guys to agree with me. However, that's how I feel about watching this film. But I'm making it sound like I hate it, and I didn't hate it. I actually was quite entertained with it. For a Dragon Ball Z movie, I know it's Dragon Ball Z, but you can make a Dragon Ball Z movie mean something. And I'm going to forget this film, honestly. I'm just going to, hopefully Super kind of like does things that, pretty badass. But we'll see. So, thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And please like the video well if you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine. Comment below. And I will answer, we'll have a discussion about this. A good discussion. You don't have to like this film. You don't have to agree with me, and say that you don't like this film. If you like this film, by all means, I can understand. Like I said, I'm not hating this film. I'm just disappointed that we could have got something really, the potential of something really great, when really it's just kind of a whatever. I was fun, but I'm done with it. So, I mean, even the last Naruto the movie had fucking problems. I don't know if you see my thing. If you have my review there, I had problems with that as well. So these animated movies I've had problems with, and what can I say? So thank you guys for listening though, and comment below and I will answer you guys' questions, and I'll see you guys later.